Hello and welcome to episode 9 of PRFC Fan Show, a fan show by fans for fans. There is so much to talk about. I've got the Swope Park Rangers game. Billy Forbes has not only a clothing line, but also a charity for children in Haiti. We had a great Footgolf event on Sunday. Amadou Dia needs a new nickname and we're going to help him get it. And last of all, I talked to Domonic Kearns of RisingAsOne Podcast, which if you haven't listened to it, you really need to. So before we go on to other stuff, I wanted to say that I'm missing my buddy Rick. He's not here. He's actually in Germany doing his thing for a conference. Now, of course, Rick's in Germany, but that doesn't mean he isn't going to do PRFC stuff. He took this magnet and stuck it on a pole in a bar in Germany, and guess what? They're going to keep it there. it's a permanent fixture. And of course, when he's at the conference, he made a bunch of conference attendees and speakers hold this flag. So he's kind of brainwashing everybody with PRFC, which isn't a bad thing. But Rick, we miss you. Hopefully we will see you soon. And in the meantime, just keep up the good work with the magnets. So let's talk about the Swope Park Rangers game. Before the game, I went to the Thirsty Lion and I had some appetizers and drinks with Jonathan and his dad, David. David, it was great to meet you. We had a good time. And there were lots of other folks there too. And I took some pictures of some people before the game, and I want to share those pictures right now. Okay, now we've seen the fans. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's talk about the game. It was a lesson in frustration. The first half just went too slow. I was like, where's our team? Let's go, let's go. And then, of course, in the second half, things lit up. When JJ came in around minute 65, and then less than a minute later, he feeds Solomon, who feeds Forbes. Holy mackerel, what a great play. That is the team we know we have on the field, and that was just flat out great football. Then, of course, Swope Park came back. They were up 2-1, and we immediately retaliated with Forbes this time feeding Solomon, and another great play. Our defense was solid. We had a couple of lapses. We allowed a couple of points, and they were lapses. But you know what, boys? No big deal. Everybody's going to make mistakes. That's part of the game. You learn from it. You move on. Overall, rock solid on our defense, and I really like what we're doing. I was really happy with what Waz was doing in the goal too. That man is a beast, and he had a couple of great saves, once again, keeping us in the game. Kevon Lambert, you know what, man? That red card was crap. Not because you didn't foul the guy the second time, but because you didn't foul the guy the first time. That first yellow card was utter crap. And really, there were a lot of things that were questionable from the referee in the game. But Kevon, you got ripped off. And I will have to send a very strongly worded letter to the USL at some point telling them exactly what was wrong with that call. Okay, I'm not really going to do that, but the thought's there. So, 6,300 people in attendance, another sold-out game. Absolutely fantastic. I would hope that we're going to be able to sell out the next game. Overall, this was a great experience. We have a great rival in Swope Park Rangers, and it's going to make a lot of fun for the future. So last Sunday, PRFC and Arizona Federal Credit Union hosted a Footgolf tournament. It was a lot of fun. And I'm going to say up front, thank you, Jason, the CEO at AZFCU, for hosting this event. Arizona Federal Credit Union has been one of the first and strongest supporters of Phoenix Rising, and anybody who supports our team gets my support. So go get an account, and if you have kids, sign them up because you get those killer red soccer balls. I really want one of those balls. And I'm sitting here pimping AZFCU. You think I could get a ball, but I can't. So I got to adopt an 11-year-old so he can open up an account, and then I have to raise him, which is kind of a lot just to get a soccer ball, but I think it might be worth it. Anyways, we appreciate all the support from Arizona Federal Credit Union. 13 teams showed up to the tournament, including Telemundo, a firefighter group. Sorry guys, I don't remember where you're from. We had the Banditos there, the Red Fury showed up, and then we had a couple of other little teams, including the team I was on with Jose Bosch. If you don't know Jose, he is the PR guy for Phoenix Rising, and Kelsey Dar, who's a sales manager, and she actually handles my ticket. They let me play with them, and we had a good time. In fact, on one of the holes, we had quite the challenge.
The ball is there.
The hole is there. This is what's in between us. There they go.
Yes! We made it!
Now, if that is not a display of athleticism, I don't know what is. So it was a good, fun time. Telemundo came in first place. Second place was Arizona Federal Credit Union. And by the way, I think they cheated somehow because I had a side bet with Brittany from Arizona Federal Credit Union, and she won the bet. And I will buy appetizers and drinks, but something fishy's going on here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Anyways, Banditos came in third place. So there's a picture of Marco with his bobblehead. He looks thrilled. It was a fun time. If you haven't been to an event, you should come. It's a great community of people. We always have a fun time and well worth attending. Let's talk Billy Forbes. Now, Billy, of course, is known for his great midfield play with Phoenix Rising, but did you know that he has a clothing line and a charity for Haiti children also? It really surprised me. Billy and I were talking one day. No, that's a misrepresentation. Billy and I just don't talk every day. I can't make it sound like that. Billy reached out to me and said that he had the need for a photographer for a clothing line that he has. And I was like, okay, well, tell me a little more about it. And he did, and he told me about his charity. And so I reached out to my friend Adam Kogan, who owns a photography business called TSS Photography. See the logo? Adam was gracious enough to donate his time to help Billy, and we did a photo shoot that Sunday. I was very good at holding large umbrellas so that the model would be shadowed, and I was very good at pulling cords and making sure that things were aligned. It was great. Adam did a killer job. You can see some of the shots here, and it's going to be part of his Billy's clothing line online. So after the photo shoot, Billy and I had a quick interview. All right, so it's an April Sunday morning, and I'm here with Billy Forbes. Billy, what are we doing here today?
Today we did a photo shoot for my clothing line company.
Yeah? Now, what's the name of that?
Me Clothing Line, M-E Clothing Line.
Me Clothing Line. And can you tell us a little bit about it?
Me Clothing Line is about empowering young people to love themselves and be themselves. The idea started in college while one of my friends was bullying a lot. So we started the campaign to tell people you gotta love yourself and be yourself.
So a great anti-bullying campaign, it sounds like, with your clothing line. Now, can you show your shirt a little bit? It shows love and me in the middle.
Yes. We have a lot of design like that. So.
Yeah, you do. I went up online and looked at the catalog online, and you should go check it out because I think the message there is very strong and very youth-oriented, which I think is fantastic.
Thank you.
Now, I got to ask you one more question because you got this wrong earlier, right? BF7, what does that stand for?
Billy Forbes and number 7, my favorite number. So, yeah.
I couldn't figure it out, so I felt stupid when I couldn't figure it out, but then I asked Billy and he was like, I don't know what that means.
That's my nickname, you know. People who knows me call me BF7, or, you know, so.
Well, the clothing line looks great. You said you have a catalog that you're putting together also?
Yes, the magazine is kind of go along with the clothing line. So more of the money we're gonna raise to do the magazine, because the clothing line is like 20% of it goes to charity. So the past 2 years, me and Michelle has been to Haiti and countries like that. We donate stuff, help build churches and stuff like that. So the magazines kind of go along with that, where we raise money doing fashion show and then go to other countries and help other people. So.
Wonderful. So you're actually donating 20% of your proceeds to charity.
Yes, and we've been doing that for the past 3 years. I've went to Haiti by myself. We went twice. Michelle and I went last year, and we just donate stuff. And we have like a soccer academy down there in Haiti where we have over like 100 plus kids.
Wow.
And we have kids with no legs playing soccer, so
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, now this is why we do interviews with you guys, because we find out fantastic things that you're doing in the world. What is the charity you work with? Maybe you want to tell people in case they want to donate.
I just work with myself right now. I'm looking for a charity, or anybody who knows anyone who can do it. Like I said, last year we went to Haiti. It was a great experience for us in the show. I mean, if she wants, she could tell about her experience in Haiti for the first time. It was great experience, you know, especially now working with the kids down there. with the soccer program we have done. It's amazing. So at the end of the year, I think we're gonna do something, a fashion show where we're trying to raise, like, people bring clothes, whatever you can bring, and then we'll take them to Haiti and give away to kids. So
super. Well, the best way to donate then is to go up and buy something on myclothingline.com.
That's right.
Great. Well, Billy, thanks for your time. It was fun doing the photo shoot.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yep.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Now you've heard it from Billy. I'll just emphasize that, first of all, Billy's donating 20% of his proceeds to his charity. So if you want to help donate to the charity that helps kids in Haiti, then just go up to myclothingline.com, buy something, and 20% of it will go to the kids. We're going to do some other things in the future, maybe even a fashion show. Got to figure out all the details. But the bottom line here is that PRFC Fan Show would love to help Billy to raise more money for these kids. So back on episode 8, I had the second half of an interview with Amadou Dia. And during the interview, we happened to talk about this.
Oh, then we'll have to think of some good, good nickname.
I would love to hear some new nicknames. I've stuck with T for a long time, so I'm excited to hear what you guys got.
So Amadou's looking for a new nickname, and we're going to make a thing of it. So for the next 2 weeks, we are going to collect names. And the details for this will be on our Facebook page, which is PRFC Fan Show on Facebook. Go figure. We'll collect names. Just post it on Twitter, post it on Facebook, tag us so that I see it. And I will collect all the names, and then we're going to take the names to Amadou, and we're going to let him choose one of them, if he actually chooses one. So, in order to have good nicknames, I suggest you watch the interviews so you know something about him, and you can create nicknames that are meaningful, right? Because if you just call him, like, Hot Pirate 90, if he has nothing to do with pirates, then why would he want to be called that? That would be stupid. And I have no idea where I got Hot Pirate from. It's just what cropped up in my mind, and I'm kind of worried that it did. Anyways, so come up with something that's got meaning. And the second hint I'll give you is that it's got to be short. He likes the fact that T is short because when he's on the field, they can say, hey T, and it's easy to say. So submit those nicknames, and we will collect them. And then we're going to get back, and I'm actually looking at maybe doing some swag as an award for the person who gets chosen. Like a soccer ball that Amadou signs and says, thanks for the new nickname, and he signs it with his number. So I think that'd be kind of cool. So submit those nicknames, and we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. So one of my favorite activities at the beginning of the week is to listen to the RisingAsOne podcast. Domonic Kearns and Jeff and Kyle do a great job with the show, and I really enjoy it. Rick took a couple minutes to talk to Domonic about the show. Let's take a look.
All right, Rick here with PRFC Fan Show. I'm here with Domonic with the FirebirdSoccer.net site. You have to go there, FirebirdSoccer.net. Tell us about your site.
Yeah, it's a great site. It has a lot of Phoenix Rising coverage, player reviews, match previews, match recaps, even a lot of other news about smaller clubs in Arizona. So all your soccer needs for everything happening in this state, go to FirebirdSoccer.net. I'm also one of the co-hosts of the RisingAsOne Podcast. It's found at RisingPod. You can find it in the culture section of FirebirdSoccer.net, along with the PRFC Fan Show. And we have a great interview coming with Evan Waldrop and his agent on Monday.
That's going to be awesome.
I think he has an amazing story to tell. It's a story that's never been told in detail before. So that's a show that you gotta listen to.
Part of the the Beautiful Game Network, BGN, so you have to check that out. Excellent. Domonic, we're so happy that you're here. And FirebirdSoccer.net. Go there.
Hey, and check this show out too, and the Beautiful Game Network, because they do so much for other USL clubs. They do things for all the I shouldn't say all, but a lot of USL clubs around the league, Western Conference, Eastern Conference, the whole thing. And really, they made our show a reality. So go thank the Beautiful Game Network, follow them on Twitter, and give our show a shout. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Again, it's a great show, and I highly recommend that you watch. I said highly recommend again. I gotta stop saying that. I don't know where that came from. It's like podcasting or doing this channel, all of a sudden highly recommend just comes out of my mouth. It's like highly recommend, Hot Pirate. I really don't know what's wrong with me. Either way, take a look at the show. Domonic and the guys do a great job, and it's always a good listen. Well, that's all we're going to put into this episode, and I say it that way because we have more content than we know what to do with. For instance, 2 weeks ago, the Super Y League kids were here for the USL Experience. I did interviews with them, and it didn't make it into a show. We just didn't have time. And I feel really bad because the kids were great. So what we're going to do is we're going to post that on Twitter and Instagram, get them a little bit of exposure, have a little fun with it, but without extending the PRFC fan show longer than it should be, because we're already longer than we should be. Anyways, we appreciate Domonic doing the interview with us, and we do really, really want you to go and listen to their show because it's great. I also want to give a shout out to FirebirdRising.net. Jeff does a great job there. We're all about the PRFC community and supporting each other, and we hope that you all are able to enjoy all the different media outlets that are growing around the team. That's going to be it for this week. We are the PRFC Fan Show, a fan show by fans for fans. We'll see you next time.